man. Every time it's always the man.
Exactly.
Have you ever experienced where the women also beat?
Yes, women are also violent.
So
they may not be physically
now,
violent.
what happens to the man in the marriage?
What
happens to the man in the marriage?
The man in the marriage usually.
All right. My humble self, Chuks, and with me here today is
Didee, enter.
All right. Today we'll be talking about a very, very, very special. Like, I don't even know how to use the word right now. Like, this topic is very, very crucial. Are men born violent? Like.
No, I don't think men are born violent. I want to believe that everyone in some way has a certain level of violence, including women. It's a general thing that we all kind of have.
Violence?
Yeah.
Like we are not born with violence?
We're not born with it. I don't think we're born with it. It's kind of like a decision that we all
I think I disagree with that.
Okay. Why?
Because maybe some are born with it.
Okay.
In fact, newborn babies, as little as newborn babies, have little atom of violence in them. Don't tell me you've not seen a scenario whereby a mother is breastfeeding the baby, and the baby just chooses to like the nipple.
Have you thought of the fact that the food was sweet?
Okay.
I mean, it happened.
The baby was born with that violence. That's what I'm trying to let you know here. Yes.
But I don't think a baby has it in that state of mind.
He actually has it there because he doesn't know what he was doing then or what. Or
I don't think so.
The milk, yes, breast milk.
Honestly,
the milk is too sweet.
Yeah, it was very sweet.
That's why
it was reacting to that. Like, your food was very sweet.
Oh, don't tell me that.
That's my own personal opinion.
But that's my own personal opinion too.
You know?
That's my own personal opinion too, because I believe humans, some humans are born with violence in them. Then you can imagine that kind of a baby growing up with that instinct. Yes.
You're making some sort of a point. But
it's a point for crying out loud. Was I the one that told the baby to bite the mother's breast?
No, you didn't. But that's the thing. The baby is going to react the way he feels. I won't say that feeling is necessarily violent.
So what's that feeling? Say it.
I gave an illustration that it could be enjoyment of what he's
enjoyment.
eating. I mean, there's some.
Did you see my face?
There's situations that people are eating food. Have you ever, observed people?
How do you express yourself when you're eating?
Okay, I've seen someone while they're eating a good meal, they curl their toes. Literally, it's very subconscious.
That's not violence now.
It's not violent, but it's violence.
You don't eat good food. You can't vex. They hit the table. They eat good food. They hit the table. They vex. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But at the same time,
yes,
there are so many forms of violence. You wouldn't say hitting a table and throwing stuff.
That kind of like is not violence. I wanted you to tell me something more,
So, something way more, but I don't know.
You can see my illustration here.
Yeah, I get you.
The baby, man. The day I saw that thing, I was like, God, what kind of evil child is it?
No, but personally, I do not believe that.
Don't tell me you don't believe. Oh my goodness! Don't worry. After the show, I'm gonna show you one. I was shocked. Okay, that the baby does not know what he's doing.
Yes.
Hello. Hey. You never born, no.
Absolutely a child, but I never born.
If you're a mother, of course, that woman will not be the child, child. Like, it's paining me. I can see my sister.
No, but I want to believe every mother, subliminally understands, their child to some degree. When a baby will bite their nipple, they're like, oh, you. It wouldn't be a thing of, it'd be like, oh, you're trying to communicate something to me. What do you want? For the mother, it wouldn't be a.
I pray make I not beat the baby.
Why are you biting me?
Yeah, I go beat the Peking. I go beat her.
She go,
come on, stay well. Keep baby well. Come greet baby time. Okay, in a scenario whereby parents.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just use the word environmental influence here now.
Okay.
Growing up, you loving your child, everything is moving fine and all that, but along the line, friends.
Yeah, with friends. I mean, but I feel like even with like environmental influences, a person is always in a position to choose. Like, I believe very strongly in choice because I mean, to some degree,
that's like another topic now, like choice.
Yeah, but at the same time, now I'm saying that yes, they are influences. But a person flipping from being obviously from a good background, and then obviously leading on and becoming, a violent person is, certain things that obviously they have absorbed. But now the absorption of these things is not as though those things automatically make them,
with time,
bad people.
Like with time,
they kind of feed into that knowledge of, oh, if I try this, what would it feel like? If I try this, wow, it seems there's a certain level of exhilaration.
Okay, I will buy that into they are not born with it.
Yes.
Like, environmental influence again.
Yes, exactly.
They just dive into it because of the society
Yes.
and all that. So how would you now explain this situation whereby good married couples along the line, they are both happily married, but along the line something just went wrong? Violence by the man. Why the man? Women too beat men in marriage.
Oh yes, they do. I've witnessed.
Let me use that. Let me know his man. This is how I
exactly. But
every man. Every time it's always the men.
Exactly.
Have you ever experienced where the women also beat?
Yes, women are also violent. So they may not be physically violent.
Now, what happens to the man in the marriage?
What
happens to the man in the marriage?
The man in the marriage usually, to be honest, men most times are the kind of creatures that would be going through a lot of things and would not verbalize what they are going through, and they tend to fall into that situation of violence because they don't have conversations on the pains that they are facing, or I'm not happy with the decision you made. They are not going to say it to you. Usually they expect you to come up to them and try and pull it out of them.
They just always keep it. Okay, I think that's what makes us the man.
Yes, exactly. You want to always be in charge and control.
Yes, always in charge. I don't always be the man.
But
okay,
the
nice
truth
one.
is there is a balance to this life. Like as strong as you are, you have to also be weak. It kind of works with the flow of life. So in that kind of a situation in marriage, somebody has to give, somebody has to be able to take, and it has to be flipped from time to time.
Interesting.
Because exactly.
You're a man now. I want to ask you a direct question.
Please.
Which part are you?
What part? How do you mean?
Do you belong to the taking part or the giving part?
I was
in your marriage.
Okay, my marriage. I'm a very strict man.
Please. Audience.
I'll be honest. I can be very strict, but I would say that I would be more open to giving and taking, obviously, because over the years we've seen people have gone through through experiences that people have gone through in their relationships. I mean, it's avenues to be able to learn one or two things based on don't take decisions that you make so violently.
Like what I always want to tell people, don't make decisions when you are mad.
Yes, exactly. You don't make rash decisions
when you're mad, exactly.
You should always think about things, because the value of the person that you're with is way more important than whatever the situation that has arisen or stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah. So about people being naturally bad people, I would say not really. I wouldn't just kind of peg it to everybody.
I won't also peg it to everybody, but I just still feel that some people.
But then again, if you think about it, an absolutely good person can be caught in a situation where, for example, abduction and a situation of do this, do that, you get free. But to be able to get free, you have to push this person
because of the situation on ground. Like you just have to change and then become.
To survive. It's called survival instinct.
To survive, right?
He has to live, so he might
just
push you to die.
Just kill this person to live.
And personally, would I say that person is wicked? No. Person just had to make a rash decision there and then. And it was impromptu. But it was
a decision
nonetheless.
Just to survive, anyway.
Exactly. It's a very important decision regardless.
As strong as it sounds. Anyway,
so no matter how good a person would perceive themselves, I want to believe strongly that they being caught in certain situations, you are bound to make decisions that you wouldn't naturally make as a person, based on your upbringing, and you would question yourself.
You'll not be happy with it afterwards.
You question yourself sometimes. Is this the kind of person that I am? Am I a bad person? And it's perfectly natural.
But sorry to cut you now. If a good person could stop at that point, and make that kind of decision, wait, I think that means you were born with it, even though you've not exhibited, show it to the world that this is who you are. But something happened, you have to switch. So that means you have that little atom of violence in you, right?
Yes, there is that. It's
there.
Of violence.
Okay, it's there. I win now. It's there for you to accept already. I need to kill this person just to survive.
No, but
I need to beat my wife to respect me.
Regardless of how things may seem or how they look, nothing is ever what it seems. Usually, there's always this place where decisions have to be made in order to keep things moving, and it might not be the right decision, but decision nonetheless.
Bro, I accept. But for the fact that a good person will always turn around to become violent person.
But that takes strength to be able to do good things and maintain being a good person.
Which still brings me to my topic. Some of us are born with it. I'm not violent too. I am not.
I will flip.
I am not. Even though they know me in my office.
You better not be.
I could be a tyrant actually.
I mean, I need to. I can be very quiet, but you know,
you switch.
No, yeah, because, and that's the
in
thing.
A good
that's
way.
The thing. You must switch. You have to be able
in
to
a good
switch.
way. Violence is good, sure. Okay, in a nutshell, bro. Let me just make this clear. I just feel for myself, some of us are born with little violence in us. I don't care how good you are. Something will lead to something that will make you, the demon in you come out. That's just the fact of life.
Yes. I think I would come to terms with that. I would come to terms with that at some point in time, people make rash decisions.
Yeah, rash decisions just to survive and all that.
You would lead
Hello, for real. Trust me.
Can you work in an environment with someone who you envy, and
like
the person has skills?
Let me be sure now. Okay.
Many skills.
Can you work in an environment where you heavy someone, you want to be like the person, or you want to take over the person's position, stuff like that? Is that?
That is the question.
Interesting.
Okay, and I can work in that environment. Yes, I can work in an environment where I may not like my colleague or my boss, but
I think 80% of Nigerians
can do that.
Like
exactly.
it's a natural envy.
Exactly.
It's a natural envy, honestly. Like
exactly. 80% of Nigerians would literally do it because usually they don't have a choice. There aren't too many job opportunities in the country, so I mean, if you are opportune to get a position, I mean, sit there and work hard.
Enjoy it.
But
enjoy it.
But at the same time, if perhaps you're working with someone who, in the company is probably, doing things exactly the way you want to do things or has some certain level of advantages that you do not have, it would cause a strain in the relationship regardless of whatever you may feel,
Would you let it show?
No, I wouldn't let it show much.
Exactly my question. Because I want to see how you in person, how you can manage that. You envy this person, like you wish to wake up one morning and like I don't want to see this person.
I wouldn't let it show too much, but in situations where
Nigerians, I don't understand. Hey, God.
I might not be the best or like the goodest person in the world, if that's the word, but like...
In fact, in Nigeria, I just speak for Nigerians because I think it's a natural phenomenon here.
If I caught in situations where, maybe for example, there are like meetings or situations where, this person is meant to come and you are in a position to alert this person about timing and stuff, I probably wouldn't. In order for the person not to be as perfect as they seem to me. So, bro, you can call it office sabotage.
Exactly. While you're talking about this now, some things were just clicking in my mind right now. Like,
I'm just not going to call. I'm not going to let the person know that you're late. I'm going to allow things flow, in its own natural way.
Then you must be a bad pretender, like you play your cards well.
When we call it pretense, it's just more like taking yourself out of a situation that's none of your business.
But interestingly, if I am the person you're doing this to, I think I have a way to find out.
Oh really? How would you find out?
Now you want to get the expo.
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe if you continue to ask me questions like, okay, how did you do this? Or you're also curious about my job.
Okay, well, though it depends on. I will be honest. Me, personally, I don't ask questions.
Exactly.
I'm
exactly. But I think it's one of the.
I'm very observant. I literally sit and watch, and I watch a lot. So I'll be watching anything the person does, and then I would pick and learn from that. I would try my best as much as possible not to dialogue with this person because, honesty. Okay. I wouldn't want to cause a fracas.
All right, I think we will leave that for the comment section. People to comment and let us know.
Yes, but people try to be good people. Please.
Just try to be good and don't be 100%. I hold my words. Don't worry.
Okay.
Till next time, we'll meet you guys again on Men with Sabi. Thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much. Peace out.